Hi folks, I'm back. This is a pickup, kind of like part 2 from earlier. Not really a long part 2, maybe we'll see, I don't know. I just really wanted to come on and say the following. The website is down because we can't afford to put it up. It's due for another payment. It's how it works. It's how everything works. You know how that, you already know how that works. So it doesn't matter that I work as hard as anybody or harder. That's how hard love works. Love doesn't have really a limit when you know what you must do, when you have a mission in life, a life worth living. That's what I call it. There's no other version of a life worth living. That's just a life existing. There's a difference. And if you're just existing, that's not really a life to me. That's just existing. And you can't even afford to do that anymore, can you? Think about it with all the things that are happening. Because ultimately, the only life worth living is the only life that we can have. Because everything else leads to failure. So even if you wanted to find your own little hole where you can just live your happy life alone, that was possible for people in the past, and that's what they did. But now you can't do that and not be affected. That's what I've noticed as an honest broker of truth. So I'm just recognizing that and having a mission that helps solve it. And I think that the more that we all do that, the better off that we'll be. It's the right thing to do. So I can't get my website back on until I can pay, of course, and this is so retarded. Who goes through this, right? Well, I am selling my home, and that's why I'm working as hard as I can. And remember, I was just saying earlier, that $16 requirement that it takes every day for somebody to get by in the predicament that I'm in, because to get a doctor, it would cost like almost $500. And people know this who suffer with pain issues. They know this. It would take about $500 because you'd have to first find a doctor that would accept you. And I was looking for about 3 months, and I found a doctor who told me I had to send in my records, and after having sent them in, they denied me. I played that on a previous show once, so some of you guys heard that. It frustrated me then, made me cry then. I showed you guys. I always bring it real. It's appreciated by some of you, and I appreciate you. The egocentric people who don't know what it's like to really just throw yourself out there, they just are in it for themselves. That's, to me, sad, because we're all in this together, in my view. And I do mention that because I have faith that you can change. And that if there was anything I could change and anything more I could change, I would. I'm willing to work with you. I love you. I want to see you do well. So what more can I do besides that? Tell me and I'll do it. Now for you, you got some work to do. Okay, it's always that case with me. Because I'm not going to be the guy that shoots you down. I'm going to be the guy that finds a way. Every time. So why is it that people like that are being shit on in America? That the greed that says mine, 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 mine is rewarded. But the love that says let the greed get out of the way and then whatever's left over we'll find do with. How come that one is punished? It's not right. If we were all more patient, you know why people wait that love? Because the greed is that ugly. People that, a lot of people do this. They can't have a loving heart and still be all up in that greed. Greed shows its ugly face in so many ways. And you see it. It's a natural phenomenon. The kids have it even. And so we have to be able to use another human condition that can overtake and overpower that greed. That's how we live. But instead, we wrote greed into the laws and allowed that greed to be the land of the law of the land. We have to switch that around and actually put love is the law of the land. And you can't do that until you take care of your citizens. So I just want to go back to one of the policy points. Why is it that so many Republicans are not willing to stand up and say, we have to have health care for all, for people like me and people that like my family who have died without health care even? Further, how can you care about a baby in the womb? Certainly I, your happy healer, was a baby in the womb at one point, and here I am today, and I'm in front of your face. I'm a great person. I've learned so much, and I'm dying every day. Why would you want that to die while it's okay to just watch them die? How do you do it? That's what I want to know. And then you pretend that you care, because that's all it is. Once you see that someone can do that, everything else is pretending. And that's why you're not getting respected on your right for life views. Your argument for humanity is flawed and you are fake. But go ahead, judge. Because I know that you have that in you, and I know that I have the truth in me. And the truth, it's unbiased. And people don't actually attack you for saying the truth. Mostly they just run away real fast. That, you're dealing with God's power when you got that. Oh yeah. You know it. And that's what I have. So I could say anything. So why not hire your next President of the United States? Somebody who says, no, I'm not perfect. I've had accidents. I've had problems, but I'm better for all of them. Love is the thing that conquered all of them. I am a better and more and whole human being today with that love, and just watch how it works. Let's all do that. And let's get this stuff done. And let's be responsible about the way we do it. We have so much work to do. We can't bankrupt the nation. We have to create a new value within that nation. And it's right there to be created. It's not even respected right now. The only thing anybody can see are the things that really don't exist. And that's the materialism that you put so important in your life. That for me is, so long as I can have my normalcy, my little daily sustenance, I need my medication. I'm without it a lot. I also take other medications like Propecia. Well, it's Proscar, and it helps with different issues. Specifically for me, hair. Like earlier when I was younger, I was balding, so I took Propecia. It helped me grow a good set of hair, really. But it was just, I can't afford to keep it up, so I'm probably gonna have problems there. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I also have God working for me, so I always seem to break through somehow. But it's a real serious problem, and it's the truth. You have to respect the truth, guys. And that's one thing. I laid the gauntlet down. I say, this is my truth, okay? You want to mob justice somebody, go mob justice somebody else. The truth, you respect. And you can mob justice it if you like. The truth is, when you have the truth, you don't need anybody else to tell you it's okay. Everybody else that tells you it's okay that that's wrong are hypocrites. Because they're doing it themselves. So you know that. Some things you don't even have to even question. So how can you have hypocrites telling you that you're doing wrong? Ultimately, you're on the right path because you're working for God. You are graceful in the fact that you are humble. You accept that you have flaws and that you have to deal with them. And that by dealing with them, you don't end up doing like how these other people are doing, shooting up all the life in this earth. They're killing themselves and everybody else while they're at it. And then the people who get mad and want to jail them are partly the cause of all of this hell, because they're not living like their happy healer. Instead, they're judging him for atonement. This is atonement. It's what it looks like. It's owning yourself. It's saying, this is me. I come with flaws, but this is what works best. I'm dealing with those flaws. I'm not perfect. I was never meant to be perfect, but I do love. And that love, that's perfect. It never lets you down. And some of you can't get it. So you have to get somebody in there that can actually live and show that. None of these guys at the top will ever be able to show that in a real way. They've had it too easy. That's why I don't even care about having it that easy. I love myself, and I'll never change because I'm dialed into that energy that makes life worth living. So I focus on to the things that matter most, and I stay charged. But I say donate, because this message also needs warriors for truth. It needs money. Remember, all these other messages, that's all they ever operate in. If love is going to have a place to win in the world of all this greed, it needs money to compete with that greed even. But it's love money. ultimately, because it's working for love. So get some of that love money together to deal against that greed, or we're just going to have the greed always overtake the love. And here's the best part. You get your best bang for love money. Greed money takes so much to get anything done. Love money, it's like a small army that could take out hundreds of thousands of people, right? On the other side, it's like one army having 10,000 soldiers, like how the Romans did in the past. They fought organized with units. They had everything perfectly planned and executed, where the many, oftentimes Vandals and barbarians, there were hundreds of thousands of them, but they could not compete against Caesar's army. Why? Because they were organized. Love is organized. Love is powerful. People move for love because it's the right thing to do, because other people are doing it, because they feel a part of something, because it's growing, because they know that even when it's small in nature, everything that's so right about it makes it the right thing to do. It even gives back then. That's why they do it. So before you ever figure it out, you'll never know that stuff. That's why you have to get into the world of love. And until you actually live in the world of love, then you're only living in the world of this hate. And occasionally you go into the love. And that's not good. The battle between good and evil is really between love and hate. Never forget that. You heard it from your happy healer first. So I have to suffer today. My website's down. I haven't had my methadone treatment today that I get every day. You know, it's just my medicine. It's just like anybody takes their medicine. It's my medicine. And I could ultimately be off of it, but let's say I lost 125 pounds. I'm beating so many of my goals doing the right things. I had a drug addiction in the past, like many of you have, but I beat that drug addiction. I spent 6 months in Germany, learning German, having fun, being within humanity. I didn't have drugs during that time. Came back to America and all the hell that's here. And of course, I feel that I can have a better life on my treatment right here in the good old US of A. You can judge that if you like, but I know it's the right choice for me because I am humble in my heart and I am whole. And I know that what I am living now is so great and that I'm serving humanity in the best ways I can. But yet I still have to suffer on the daily basis when I don't have it. And yes, it's many of your guys' faults. Like I said, there's so many of these junkies that just don't believe in themselves, and they go to a place like how I go and they allow people to treat them like subhuman. I see it all the time. It's so concerning. And then you wonder where and how it's happening. They're being treated like subhuman beings and I don't allow it. I make a big deal about it and I have those videos to show it. I have a reputation in my particular center. Yeah, your happy healer. Elect the president who's going to a center. Be bold. And you know what the truth about it is? That was a choice I made because it was easier than paying the $500 to get one of those doctors who only work for greed and not care and love. Hello, Keith. Hello, Keith. I have no idea. You get a lot of these people, they just call, they don't say anything. Sometimes they're robocalls, they just want to see somebody's there so then later they can have the real call come in where they try and pitch you on something. The greed is working in so many different ways. It's destroying our lives. It interrupts the things that make life worth living. And we're not honest about the problems that we're really all facing. We just get temporary breaks from them that the hell is so real. We see someone else going through it, and instead of being honest that we all need to make it better, instead we allow that greed to just continue doing what it does. We make excuses for it, and we judge each other. That's what we do. So when you see somebody else going through that, which what you went through already, and the only way out of it for you was atonement, you can respect that. And what you're seeing in your happy healer is atonement. There's everything that I have dealt with. I am happy with the outcome right now. And it's a good outcome. It's a steady outcome. But yet it's a hard outcome. And that should not be the case for the American people. And that is why this drug epidemic is problematic. People don't care. They throw money at it. That's what Senator Warren's plan is. Let me get in front of her, why don't you? And I will. I'll find them on the streets, guys. You just can't give enough money to this campaign and then not have me use it in effective ways. But you're not giving. But you're not giving. If you give, then you will see. But you got to trust. And you got to see also the effort that's been put in. It's not just trust. Where does that come out with? Because when you work over and over and over again, that is a proven track record, my friends. And your happy healer has a proven track record for caring. You can try to take it from an individual, but you can't. That's what I like about the media. The media screams that truth louder and clear. It just stands there. So long as Facebook and Yahoo and, well, YouTube is not taking down videos like they love to do. I put them up in so many different places that I assume they'll be somewhere. Not all the time, to be honest. So quickly they take these videos down. So quickly. If you're a creator, you know that. People that create art and content, they realize that freedoms are under attack. Our ability to speak. You get it? When we can't speak freely as a species, as a human being species, as what we will only be able to accomplish if we do, then we fail. That's the only choice. You know what Hitler did? He burned all the books from the intellectuals. And that's what I would have been considered back then. Anybody who made art or media and put it into the public sphere, that is the information we all have to go by when you seek information. And they're making it less. It doesn't matter that it's quality, that people put themselves out in front of you. It's not about just saying, hi, look at me, I'm brushing my hair today. To me, that's boring. It's going nowhere. A lot of people are more comfortable with that kind of content, and all that content in the world will never help you or make you better. So what good is that? I mean, except for and left, like, I guess, I don't know, really, I don't see the good in it. Okay, you can waste time, but how is that good? You see my point? Love never lies. We have to be busy doing things that matter, guys. And I'm going to be on and off like this. I can't get on the website. I can't do, it's down. It's down. Donate. And now you can't even donate because the website's down. So what I'll do is I'll put it on the Facebook and I'll just put the website information there and donate. And also you're hearing this. You know how to get there. The website is something you've been to before. You can message me. Don't be naive. I need you, please. And if you can hear that and respond, then great, you can put into this. I'm already selling my house. When is that going to happen? I don't know. Greed is in the way. It's trying to stop. I've always been honest about that. But we're working through it. We're doing what we can. And every day we're fighting forward. It doesn't matter. Some days there's great news. Other days it's not quite as great. But that's life. And I always knew this is a struggle and it's a battle forward. That's fine. And it's also entertaining, but it's not meant to be that, but it can be that. And you can gain something from this. So it's meant to actually really make a difference. That's applying ourselves and being all of the answers to all of those things. To be entertainment at the same time, to solve issues at the same time, to build the movement, to run for president. Why not? That's getting all the bases at once. And folks, we need people from the bottom up fixing this problem. We're the only ones who know about it. All right, God bless you. We'll see you soon.